Coaches mean everything to me. I have mentors now that were former coaches.
My coaches were there to help me learn everything that there is to learn about swimming, from the logistics of what do you do at a meet, how do you warm up, how much effort do I give at a certain part of practice.
Just say you have a tough day at school, they come here and they cheer you up, they make you happy, and everywhere here, it's like a community.
Asphalt Green was a place where I look forward to going every single time I went to practice, allowed me to kind of grow this intense love of the game.
I'd always kind of been someone that was considered a good leader. I figured I'd help my old coach out and give that kind of back to the sport. And having those athletes that really just needed someone to believe in them and watching them achieve things that they didn't really seem possible was very fulfilling, and slowly but surely started to pull me more and more towards coaching.
I was a player, I wanted to be a pro, and it didn't really work out for me. I had the work ethic and I had the ability to acquire new skills. Just physically it was maybe not where I needed to be, and having to really go through the process to develop those skills, I knew that you could learn them and I wanted to teach them.
I received really great coaching along the way, and a lot of times coaches that would give me reminders or thoughts or those kind of things that I deemed annoying back when I was a teenager are very much at the core of my decision making on a daily basis now.
So what I'm gonna try to do here with you guys, I'm gonna try to get you guys to feel a little bit of that speed and momentum that's gonna force you to get over the top on those flip turns very quickly.
Wanted to be able to transfer as much knowledge as I could into the next generation.
The relationships that we build with the athletes on a regular basis, I think it's something that watching them grow, watching them achieve, watching them mature.
He's had a much greater effect on my life outside of swimming. Like if I'm ever going through an issue and just want another adult's perspective, I'll reach out to him.
You can see that he genuinely wants to help them gain skills that are going to help them, not just in the pool, but for life. He always frames it like a partnership. It's him and the athlete working together to reach those goals.
Helping them learn the skills and processes that are required to be successful is something that gets me going.
Well done, well done, well done!
I love the team moments where we've been working at a play and it requires 5 people to connect passes and movement, and they're trading positions, and you see it all come together after weeks of saying, you have to go faster, the pass has to be here, the movement has to be there.
It helped me improve by knowing where I have to shoot, when I have to pass, when I have to check my shoulders.
And when it finally clicks and comes together and the ball goes into the right spot and bang, 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 you get that great goal.
They really inspire us to do better. They're always working hard to think of new tactics, new positions for players, how to make them better.
Those are the best moments where the kids know, oh wow, there is a plan and we are getting better and we can do these things at a really high level.
After I started at Asphalt Green, they started a conditioning program as well, which really kind of stood out to me, being like, okay, this is serious. All these people really want us to be in great shape, want us to make it to the next level.
My coaching philosophy is really centered around long-term growth and the process that's necessary to get there. An athlete's relationship with failure and understanding that's part of their growth and their process is something that we talk a lot about.
How to use a failure to sort of fuel yourself to a success.
It's part of the journey. It's a learning process.
And how to set very long-term goals that you won't always accomplish, but how to still have hope and faith in the training.
Swimming has taught me how to set goals and teach me that I have to work as hard as I possibly can to achieve them. Also, how to handle setbacks.
My favorite thing about soccer is the best team doesn't always win. If you have enough heart, if you get your tactics right, you can beat a team that's better than you.
You gotta keep pushing forward and not giving up. That's probably one of the best lessons that I got from my coaches growing up.
I think it's all about aspiration. I think it's push the kids beyond what they think is possible and teach them to aspire to do great things, and then teach them that you're gonna have to work for it.
Back post, Natalie, hit the back post, good!
He can be hard, but he's always improving the players.
You have a responsibility to develop confidence and push creativity and push decision making.
Adam was able to instill confidence in a lot of players that were coming off of tough years or coming back from injuries.
I wasn't too confident as a player. I think I had the skill sets, but I just needed to kind of fix my mentality around soccer, and Adam was great. He boosted my confidence.
It's educating them, it's praising the right things, it's holding them accountable, and just being more aware of what that requires to keep people engaged and having a good time.
The best coaches taught me how to love the game and then kind of give that love back to the game.
I feel their love for the sport, and I think that's really contagious.
Having a coach that is so fun to be around and really just shares the joy of and like love of soccer makes it so much more fun.
When college coaches call me or they're looking to recruit an athlete, the first question that they ask is what kind of a teammate they are. And as we're trying to prepare them to be successful at the next level, that has to be at the forefront of everything that we talk about.
I've learned so much from him, what it means to be a role model, and taking what I do and how I act inside and outside of the pool is something really important.
He cares a lot about helping kids individually to help the bigger team as a whole.
We can just have open discussions about what's best for each individual athlete and what's best for each individual group. And then because of that, it makes the team better.
Player-centric, right? We wanted to build the best individual with the goal of using all their personal talents and skills and charisma to put it into a team format or a system that fits the needs of every individual player.
Adam named me the team captain at the age of 10. It really allowed me to build like a ton of leadership skills.
He's constantly telling individuals he's willing to put in more effort and more work with them if they want that, to play an extra day with him if we wanted, or even work on specific things that we thought we wanted to get better in.
He would offer to do one-on-one sessions so I could improve my shooting because that was something that I needed to improve upon. He wants the players to get better. He even volunteered for the summer league team. There was nothing holding him there. He just really wanted the best for the players.
It's really nice to see that in a coach, that they're really invested in improving you as an individual.
Making sure that the individual's needs are being met and how that can help the collective and how the collective can grow to get their overall goals is really important.
I saw an array of different coaching styles. Some people were more hands-on and really told me specifically, this is what you need to fix. Other people helped me grow as an athlete.
You got to turn your hip on the finish for me so that you're not finishing like this with your hips squared up, because she keeps false starting because you're not finishing all the way to the wall.
That natural progression was purposeful.
Coach David made me understand what it was like to actually propel myself forward in the sport as an athlete instead of just being led by a coach or parents.
It's kind of a balance of accountability and developing self-belief. And I don't think it's high fives and hugs and handshakes that develop that self-belief, but it's really driving somebody to do something new and push beyond what they thought was possible. And for me, that's what coaching's all about.
He's really improved the team since he's been here. The work ethic is better, how we played is better, the style is better, everything is just improved.
There are not that many club teams in the US that really provide this much of a bond between a coach and a swimmer and provide the framework for an athlete-led partnership.
This is the organization that gave me my start. This is the organization that's given me opportunity after opportunity. And then I've watched it develop from a really recreational level club into a state-of-the-art facility. We have everything that a high-level athlete would need.
Had David not seen something in me and had this connection to Brown and to the coach at Brown, I wouldn't be swimming here.
He takes some of that responsibility of saying your successes are my successes, but your failures are my failures.
The opportunity to build those long-term relationships with athletes and watch them flourish after they leave the program is probably one of my favorite things.
I didn't think that I would be able to swim for college, and if it hadn't have been for the dedicated coaching staff who really cared for me and really knew what I needed to do and how I needed to train, I wouldn't have ended up at the school that I love very much. Asphalt Green is going to be a helping hand for you to do amazing things in high school, and it will usher you into an incredible college experience.
That impact that you can have with a young athlete is really, really something that I hold dear to my heart and I believe in a lot, and I don't take that opportunity for granted.
When you wake up every day to do something you love, it's probably one of the greatest gifts that you can have.
1, 2, 3.